Contemporary Heritage is the name of the project, and it's and Not Forgotten is the first commission by Geraldine Pilgrim. We're working with Clitheroe Castle Museum, Helmshaw Mills Textile Museum, Turton Tower and Gawthorpe Hall to start with. We've all been working together with Lancashire Museum Service in developing the programme and the artist briefs. So for this site in particular, for Townley, I worked with Susan and Mike to draw up a brief, and what we really wanted was for people to appreciate the Townley estate as a whole, and not just to come to the park, not just to come to the hall, but when you're in the hall to be drawn to the windows and look out and appreciate the landscape. So once we'd done that, we put out a call for artists, and Jerry was one of the many artists that responded.
My name is Geraldine Pilgrim, and I'm the artist that's been commissioned by Mid Pennine Arts to create a site-specific installation for Townley Hall and Park. I first came to Townley Hall last March and went on a guided tour and was really excited to be inspired by a painting that I saw in the Townley Room. The painting is unique in the sense that it was painted in 1601, and it's a Townley family portrait of John and Mary Townley. However, why it's unusual is there are 14 children that are painted as though they'd grown up to adulthood. However, not all of them survived to adulthood, and this is what really made me think this was quite a remarkable piece of work. It's not often that you can recognise in a painting the fragility of life in that period. Children didn't always survive to adulthood, but you never necessarily see it painted as though they all had. And on seeing the family tree, with its many different layers of generations, you realised the depth of history that was just in this house. This inspired me to create what I thought was a three-dimensional family tree.
Bringing contemporary visual arts and working with the museum service, it has married so well together, and I think we've learnt a lot from each other. And the team here, everybody here, has been so generous in allowing MPA and the artist in, and to really feel at home here. The gardeners, Steve and Rob, if they watch this, they have been fantastic, and they've helped us with the installation very much.
In the long gallery in Townley Hall, if you go and have a look around it, you'll see many four-poster beds in the side rooms. The beds are the symbol of the beginnings of generations. So the idea that I had is that I would create a three-dimensional family tree, oak, British, which the Townley family were, bursting through a four-poster bed. I've had a specially built wire mattress. We've made it out of copper wire, and the idea behind it is the copper, which is on the tree and on the bed, will actually become verdigris throughout the year that this installation is up. I love the idea that it will change with time, and that if you come and see it in the autumn, it will be different in the winter, it will be different in the spring, and it will be very different in the summer. I want the grass to go through the gaps in the mattress wire. I want nature to take its course, which is very symbolic of how a family and generations change. To commemorate the 14 children, what I've chosen to do is get 14 cots. And I have mattresses in each of the cots, but instead of just them being normal mattresses, I've made them into flower beds. Each cot has the name of one of the children on a copper plaque which is embedded in the side. The 7 boy cots have 7 mattress beds of which there is living rosemary planted in them. The 7 girl cots have living lavender, and the idea is over the year the lavender and the rosemary will grow. In the same way, the memories of these children hopefully will grow throughout the year as people remember them.
I'm particularly impressed with the tree, which I thought was a natural tree growing out of the art exhibit. But apparently the tree has only just been imported in this week. So that's fascinating. The whole combination is very effective.
What was surprising was that so many people were stopping to really examine it and walk about, and were obviously puzzled and intrigued about it. And it has a sort of rightness there, but it's still a surprise when you see it in that position, because I think coming here you don't always expect to see contemporary art, and not outside either. So that was it, the whole thing was quite a surprise.
People seem to be really enjoying it. I think enjoying the walk around, the fact that it leads you around the hall and the park, but also people seem to be having quite an emotional connection to it, because obviously it's looking at kind of the idea of memory of loved ones who have passed away, and so it's quite nice that even though it relates to the Townley family that people don't know, and obviously they, kind of the original family died a long time ago, the memory garden idea gives people a chance to have a very personal connection to it. So I just planted a little plaque for my dad, who died about 15 years ago.
It's a very nice idea, I think, to be able to write down the names of people who you care for and have gone.
I'm here with my daughter, and we've got a couple of the little blackboards each, and are thinking about who we might remember and where we might plant them, and looking for the lavender cot.
It's been fantastic to talk to people of all ages who come to the park, and the park is so busy every single day, all hour of the day. It's amazing. They've been very interested in the installation and the actual process of installing the work, which we've been installing last week, and then talking to people about it. I think people have been very moved and really touched, and saying things like, "Oh, I haven't been in the hall for years." Well, now's your chance.
Oddly enough, a sort of renewal of my interest in art came many years ago when Townley Hall did an exhibition, I think, called Lancashire South of the Sands. It was a variety of art, and it was just a surprise to see it in historic houses then. I'm glad that sort of idea has grown over the years, and please, let's have more of it, because I'm sure it brings in more visitors to these beautiful, beautiful houses.